I start? So last weekend I decided to rewatch Solo, a Star Wars movie, after it came out in 2018. And I was hesitant to watch the movie again, but after I rewatched it, I kind of started to think about it a little bit more. And you know what? I kind of like the movie. But let me explain. Okay, so let me first explain to you why I love the movie. Because if the movie didn't have the title of Solo, or if it didn't have the title character as Solo in it, it would actually be a very good film. Like a really, really good, enjoyable film. That's why I love, after rewatching it a second time, I love the story, I love the characters, I love the humor. The thing is that after rewatching it a second time, I still don't think that the character that was portrayed in the movie was Han Solo. Now, I'm not talking about that, he didn't look like Han Solo, because as you all know, this is who I think should have played Han Solo. But even if you eliminate that, which they did, and they went with this actor, I still think that that's not enough for it to have to convince me that it was Han Solo. I'm talking about the way he acted. Han Solo is not that kind of a character. He does not act that way. Here's the thing about Han Solo. I get that they were trying to give him a backstory about love and okay, this is how he became a cold and distant devil-may-care attitude type of character. The thing is that even after you're done with the movie, he's still the same character as he was from the beginning. If you wanted to create a love story that broke him apart and severed his heart and made him who he was whenever you first met him in the first Star Wars movie, where he was a dark and not dark, but he was more of a distant character. He didn't care about anybody but himself and Chewie. Then you could have given us that at the end, but they didn't give us that at the end. He was still the same hopeful character that you met at the beginning of the movie. So that's why I don't think Han Solo, the character, was right in this film. Now, again, as I've stated before, if you wanted to create a character all on its own, and actually, if you were to have to create a movie based on this character alone, you would have to take away Chewbacca, or maybe you could have done a character all on its own, that Chewbacca was his friend before Han Solo. I don't know. But you get my point. If it's a character all on its own, then it fits as a movie standalone without having to be, without a Han Solo character. So that would be a great movie. But, as I've stated before, it's not how he looks like that I had an issue with. It's the character, his mannerisms, the way he was. That's what I had an issue with. And oh my God, did I hate the way he got his last name, Solo. Can't a last name just be a last name? I mean, for God's sakes, they didn't have to add that at all. Why did we need that? We didn't. There was really one cool special effects scene in the movie where it was the explosion of I forgot what they were it was during the train scene at the beginning, where they were trying to steal whatever it was that they were trying to steal, and they had to drop it, and when it landed on the mountain, it exploded, and I was like, man, that looks too real. And so I went back and I watched the behind the scenes of that movie. Turns out it actually was real. So kudos on that. Alright, so now let's talk about another thing I absolutely did love. Danny Glover, I think that's Danny Glover. Anyways, Danny Glover did a magnificent, spot-on job as Lando Calrissian. I could not have picked a better person to play that character. If it was my choice to pick to do the casting, and they told me, hey, Donald Glover, and I would have been like, really? Him? We could do so much better? But damn it, am I glad that they picked him, because he freaking nailed the character. Spot on, 100%. I absolutely dug how he played Lando Calrissian. So whenever the movie first came out, and I saw that many people were complaining about the character L337, I was like, and they were calling her, oh my gosh, I forgot what they were calling her, but they were calling her some sort of social justice robot. I think they were calling her something like that, and I was like, well, I didn't have a problem with it. I did not have a problem with it at all. I thought that the character was funny, and I thought she didn't add or take away to the movie. I thought she was just a good character for the movie. Now, I thought there was one character that they should have kept throughout the movie that they got rid of way too quickly, and that was the let me see real quick. What was the name of the character? But anyways, I can't find the person. I can't find the name of the character, but I'm going to put that character right there. That is the character that they should have kept throughout the entire film, but they didn't, and I have no idea why. The character would have served as a better comedic relief than that of L337, but as I've stated, I did not have an issue with L337. I just thought that character would have fit better. So anyways, after talking about this movie for about 10 minutes, I'm going to condense that down to about 4 or 5 minutes or something like that. I am going to have to say that Han Solo is a good movie on its own, but unfortunately it carries the name of Han Solo, so therefore I have to give it what it wants me to give it, because it wants me to treat it as a Han Solo movie. So therefore I am going to give Han Solo a 5.5 out of 10. I wish I could give it a better score, but my god, I can't. I went back and forth. Actually, I was going to release this video last week, but I couldn't decide upon, you know, I was just thinking about the movie way too much, thinking about the negatives, thinking about the positives, thinking about why I hated, why I loved it, and after so much deliberation, I have decided to release this video with the score that I gave it, because I even though I like this movie and I see myself watching this movie again, it's not Han Solo. That's not Han Solo at all. So, that's my verdict. That's what I think about the movie. Let me just say something real quick. Well, two things real quick. If you love the movie, that is absolutely okay. There is nothing wrong with liking a movie that I didn't like. And I know there's a lot of Star Wars fans that are very toxic right now, that they are telling you, hey, you know, that you shouldn't like this movie, that you shouldn't like the prequels, you shouldn't like this, Kathleen Kennedy, and all this bullshit that's been going on with the Star Wars community right now. Forget it. Don't listen to what people are saying. If you love the damn movie, you go ahead and like the movie. I just didn't like it. Number two, I went ahead and booked September the 19th for Copper Breaks State Park. That is my next camping trip, and that's the one that I was holding off for camping, because from what I hear, you can photograph and you can see the Milky Way galaxy in its full splendor. So that's my next camping trip. I'm going to review that on September the 19th. I'm going to record, but then I will release that, I'm thinking, either Monday or Tuesday of the following Monday or Tuesday. But if I don't have time to record, to edit, then it will absolutely release on Friday. That's my next review for when it comes to reviewing campsites. Now, next weekend, I am going to try and review...
No, try not. Do. Or do not. There is no try.
Well, not try, but I'm going to review Bill and Ted What's the name of it? Bill and Ted Face the Music. That's what the movie's called. That's what I'm gonna watch, and that's what I'm gonna review. So stick around for that, or not stick around, but just I guess come back for that. Anyways, I'm out. Hope you enjoyed it. Peace.